Aromyx is a company that's using the core biotechnology platform that we've developed to be able to provide actionable insights to our customers around measurements of taste and smell. So we know, the industry has had lots of challenges over the years dealing with low quality data coming from human tasting panels, because humans provide very subjective responses. And what we are using instead is the core biology of the human nose and tongue to be able to provide better insights and measurements into how consumers interact with different tastes, flavors, and scents in the products that they deal with every day.
I feel like Aromyx can really unleash the full potential of perfumers and flavorists, and that's just because the tools that they have right now are really insufficient for what the market is demanding. I think right now the perfumers and flavorists are still using their tongue and their nose to try to make something that 100 million people will buy and like, but that's not sufficient. And I think we know that it's not sufficient. And so I think with our technology, the way that our assay is set up is essentially a case where we have 100 million trained perfumers just sitting there waiting for the specimen to come along, and we quantitatively can read out exactly what they're saying to us.
We solve the core problem of understanding what the consumer likes and doesn't like through using the underlying biology. So we know humans are highly variable. How people react to specific scents can vary based on ethnicity, age, culture, geography, all of these different factors. But at the core, how people interact with a taste or flavor is based on the receptors in the nose and tongue. So when you smell a perfume, you drink a cup of coffee, there are specific chemicals and ingredients in that product that interact with the receptors in your nose and tongue that send that signal to your brain to tell you this is, a great perfume or, a spoiled cup of coffee. And by understanding how those receptors are interacting with the particular ingredients of the product, and then how those receptors vary within the target population, we can make that connection from the actual product and the actual ingredient list to what the consumers are going to love.
Our lab can really help perfumers and flavorists by doing these measurements in a very quantitative, replicable way, and by including the genetic diversity angle of it. Like they don't have to go to different geographic locations to do these measurements. Like the French market, the English market, the Indian market, the Chinese market. Like if you want to measure, like it's right here in our labs. We just clone the genes and we can measure it. It's so easy.
The automation process of the Aromyx is unique because nobody has ever automated these types of processes before. Nobody's ever taken this combination of cells and these combination receptors and tested them in such high throughput. This offers benefits to perfumists and flavorists because it gives them a platform to consistently test their samples without having to worry about testing panels being different, without having to worry about timelines and getting people in a room together.
So the benefit of Aromyx technology to flavorists and perfumers is to allow them to move outside of their comfort zone, to be able to move away from a slow trial and error based product development cycle to a targeted data-driven product development cycle. And on top of that, being able to use that information to actually communicate these benefits directly to their consumers. And we see this over and over again where a consumer goes into a perfume store, they try to smell 4, 5, 6 different perfumes, they become worn out, they don't find the thing they like, and they just walk out. We can help those consumers actually find the products that they like with confidence, and to be able to match the great products that our perfumist customers are developing to the consumers that are actually going to love those products the most. Biology is essential to Aromyx because we are leveraging the millions of years of evolution in the human nose to be able to turn this into actionable insights for our customers. Our data allows these perfumists, flavorists, fragrance developers to actually create better products and to target them to consumers in a smarter, more predictive manner than they could ever do before. My name is Josh Silverman. I'm CEO of Aromyx.
My name is Ilya Kolb, and I am the Senior Project Manager here at Aromyx.
My name is Sandeepa Dey. I'm helping with all the platform development work and investigation of the cell biology of the olfactory and taste receptors in Aromyx.
I'm Brad Meyer. I'm the Director of Automation here at Aromyx.
Here's Roxana Saberi with a story about taste put to the test.
The taste test is mighty important too.
Over the decades, taste testing hasn't changed much. That's why tech companies are now trying to teach machines to taste more objectively and precisely than people. But mimicking our sense of taste isn't easy. Our tongues have thousands of taste buds. And taste also involves the nose, which uses hundreds of smell receptors that scientists say can distinguish at least 1 trillion odors. In Silicon Valley, tech startup Aromyx says it's cloned the genes behind almost all of those receptors to measure how they respond to flavors and aromas.
So you're trying to create a digital representation of taste and smell.
Exactly. Right.
Josh
By
Silverman is the
understanding
CEO.
how we can give that information back to the companies to say, here's how you can change your recipe to better suit the consumers that you're going after. Our goal is not to put any of the current flavorists or perfumists out of business, but now they have tools to be able to do things they were never able to do before.